Hey everybody, happy Wednesday, happy hump day. How's everybody doing today? Good, I hope. I am glad to be here today. Glad to have all of you here. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Smash it up, smash it up. Appreciate it. Let's see who's here today. 100 Air in the house. Welcome, sir. Good morning. Good morning. Appreciate you being here. Are you on the road again? Uh, listening as you're moving around there? Probably. But appreciate you being here. Thank you very much. And yes, let's get to what we got to talk about today. Listen, I wasn't going to do a live stream again this soon about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency adoption because, like, I just did one, week and a half, 2 weeks ago, tops now. And here's the thing. Every time I turn around, it seems like there's just more and more information that to me is just positive about the direction we're moving in and adoption. And I think we need to get more and more of that information out there for people, especially those who may be just learning about the space, that kind of thing. So I figured, you know what, the hell with it. Let's do it. And yeah, 100 Air says he's on the road. Awesome. I get it. Appreciate you being here, though, my friend. Thank you. Hopefully we'll see you Friday. All right, so let's get to the markets. If nothing else, let's start out there. Matter of fact, let me get that net financial advice up there. And we're looking at Bitcoin at 61.7 right now. When I first started getting ready for this particular live stream, Bitcoin was barely hanging on to the 61K mark. And it's so it's basically up about $700 in the last, I don't know, hour and a half or so. You know, that does that mean it's going strong? Yeah, I don't know about that. But if you were watching Trade Intuition's live stream yesterday, you would have seen where that break mark was to see about if this is a bull trap or not. So definitely follow Trade Intuition live 3 p.m. every single day, giving you great trading information that also good to help you decide if you're just going to buy and hold, quite frankly. All right, let's keep going here. Ethereum 33.85, still down overall, but you know, pretty much steady. BNB still looking pretty good, all things being equal here. 574. Solana 138.54, pretty much even keeled here at this point. What else we got here? XRP still below that 50-cent mark, 47.5 cents. We'll take it, especially if you're looking to go and get yourself a little bit more XRP. Let's see what else we got. Doge at 12 cents, not bad. Cardano still below the 40-cent mark at 39 cents. Awesome. Let's see. AVAX, still down 4.5% on the week, 26.12. Chainlink 14.01. I'll tell you what, you know, I told you $20 or below, great buy as far as I'm concerned for Chainlink. So this is a really great buy. BCH looking a little bit weak, I think, but still, again, use it for what it's meant to be used for. Buy shit with your BCH and save your Bitcoin. 378.86 for that. Uniswap looking pretty good. Still below the $10 mark, however. $9.42. Litecoin, look at this. We haven't seen a good buy like this for Litecoin. Again, if you're going to buy it and use it to pay for stuff, again, I use this. I tell you all the time, I use this to pay for my VPN service, so I don't have to give them any of my information every month. Litecoin, because I can pay with my Torguard with cryptocurrency. If you're interested in a VPN service, I use and recommend Torguard. Link for that in the description of this live stream, and you'll save 50% off whatever package you decide you're going to use. Now, here's one of the outliers here in the cryptocurrency space right now on the green side of the of the tracks, as it were, with Pepe up 11.5% over the last week. That's hey, meme coin, right? What are you gonna say? Let's keep going here. Matic, still a good buy for Matic. Again, anything under $1, and this is at 55 cents, 50% off basically. Another outlier here on the green side of things, Well, we got Fetch AI at up 31.3% if you're looking for AI projects. But I was talking about Caspa at 16 cents, up 13.1%. If you noticed the Matrix Money podcast yesterday, FF was talking with the gents from Caspa. As a matter of fact, he posted on his X account, Twitter account, whatever the hell you want to call it, some pictures with the guys from the CAS team. So go ahead and check that out if you are on Twitter. Monero looking pretty good, all things being equal, 164.79. Render, one of those that you can vote for in the crypto on the rocks dollar cost average portfolio. Right now, down 2.6% overall for the last 7 days, $7.65. H-bar, I can't believe H-bar is down this much. It's almost back to the original prices that when I bought it in the first place. Down 3.7% overall for the last 7 days at just under 8 cents, 7.7 cents. Let's keep going here. Filecoin, $4.40. We've seen that thing up over $10. So whew, huge buy right there. VeChain, 2.5 cents. Can't go wrong there. I'm definitely a VeChain fan. Look at WIF, up 7% today. 7%, $2.04. Crazy. Arweave, 27.86. Not bad. Floki is up a little bit today. Not bad, but about a little over 1%. Crazy. What else we got here? Bonk looking pretty good, up 6.7%. If you're into the meme coin thing, meme coins are looking a little bit lively today. Rune, Thorchain, I didn't ever expect to see it back this low again, but here we are, $4.18, and it was below that just maybe 3-4 days ago. So great buy in my opinion for Thorchain. Again, another one we've seen up well over $10. It not even but a couple of months ago. So there's that. Jupe. We have a lot of Solana users. So the Jupiter Exchange up almost 9.5%, just about at 80 cents. Gala looking pretty steady, 2 cent mark. Let's see what else. Anything else we want to touch on? Singularity Net. Obviously, the AI coins are up big time. 32.7%, just under 75 cents right here. Whew, pretty good. I guess AI is the thing to be doing today. Beam, we have no longer Beam. It was last cycle's crypto portfolio, just under 2 cents. It's down hard. Where I'm sure we're upside down on my purchase of that. I haven't really looked lately. All right, let's call it. There we go. We pretty much got through the top 100 here. So let's get out of that. All right, so let's get to the things. As you can see, I got a different background going today. I've got some family obligations, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be live tomorrow, just so you're aware, but I am definitely going to be live Friday for Crypto on the Rocks, Friday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and then After Hours Crypto directly following that. So make sure that you check out Friday night, this channel. Hey, Automatic Beats in the house. Welcome, sir. And yes, Solana to the crab show. Yeah, that seems to be the nature of it right now, isn't it? So true. Appreciate you being here, sir. All right, so like I said earlier when I first started the stream, I wasn't planning on doing a stream again talking about the adoption of cryptocurrency, but like I said, over the last week or so, or week and a half since I've done that previous live stream, I'll tell you what, it just seems like there's just more and more news with all kinds of different things that to me are positive signs of adoption, not only of Bitcoin, but of cryptocurrency as a whole. Hey, Mike's in the house. Hey, glad to see you, Mike. Welcome, sir. Yes, good afternoon to you. Appreciate you. So let's start out with the first one. Now, this is a company that I mentioned back. This is a company I mentioned back in the last live stream I did, where they are considered the MicroStrategy of Japan. Oh man. Which is MetaPlanet. And I'm sorry, I'm trying to find the correct tab here. Oh, here it is. Finally. Good Lord. Sorry. You'd think I'd have this whole thing down by now, but not so much, man. Not so much. Anyway, to me, big news. Now, you know, we talked about it in the last live stream, how they've been buying Bitcoin, taking the page out of the book of MicroStrategy, putting Bitcoin on the balance sheet, and building up their coffers with Bitcoin. Now, here we have them putting together a proposal to put together 1 billion yen worth of bonds to then go buy more Bitcoin. And here's a copy of that. And again, links to everything that I'm showing you today in the description of this live stream. So by all means, go ahead and check that out for yourself. And I love it. 100 are saying A and B going to go back to all-time highs. Yeah, baby. Oh, man, I appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys. But yeah, here's again, a lot of what I'm going to show you definitely focuses on the US, but things outside the US still looking positive in some sectors, at least some areas of the world with regard to adoption of cryptocurrency. And in this case, we're talking about Bitcoin, and MetaPlanet is definitely going hard at taking a page out of the playbook of MicroStrategy and Michael Saylor to go ahead and get their company stock price moving on up, as it were. Chris Hanley in the house. Welcome, Chris. Appreciate you being here, sir. So that's the first one I wanted to point out to you, was MetaPlanet still going hard, But now, you know, let's move to the other part of the globe. That was from Japan. So let's move to the other part of the globe right now and go over to, help me, Latin America and NuBank. Now, in this particular tweet that I'm about to bring up on the screen here, it says Warren Buffett owned Brazilian bank NuBank to integrate the Bitcoin Lightning Network for payments. Now, I get they want to put Warren Buffett in there for, you know, name recognition or whatever. But you know what? Warren Buffett ain't making those decisions. I'm sorry. He's just not. He's just trying to ride the money train at this point. And you know, a bank is part of the TradFi system, and to him, he understands banks, he understands how they work, he understands how they interact with the stock market and the other financial institutions, the TradFi institutions. So for him, this is a safe investment. But the fact that whoever is running the bank, NuBank, is smart enough to say, you know what, maybe we need to like do something to bring in this whole cryptocurrency thing, and Bitcoin in particular, because all the news is out there with regard to Bitcoin. You got the ETFs, you've got companies buying it, you've got, like I just showed you, MetaPlanet, you've got MicroStrategy, you've got companies in Canada. It's just going and growing. So now they're saying, you know what, we should be able to have people make Bitcoin payments, run them through our bank. And to do that, they're using the Lightning Network. So, and for those who aren't familiar, I think everybody who's here is familiar, but in case I got the new people that watch this on the replay, the Lightning Network is a second layer solution to help with scaling on Bitcoin. And we'll leave it at that for now. If you need or want more information, comments in the description, put comments down below this live stream on the replay, and I will then deal with making another video about that. 100 Air says, I prefer Jimmy Buffett over Warren Buffett. Amen to that, man. 5 o'clock somewhere. Oh, man, that was good. That was good. Appreciate that. All right, so we went from Japan to Brazil with regard to adoption news and so on. And in that last one, we were talking about banks, right? TradFi. Well, let's keep with the whole TradFi thing and move over to, move over to Standard Charter Bank. Okay. Oh, sorry. Taking a little while for that screen to come up there. Right here. Standard Charter, $8 billion Standard Charter Bank is building a spot Bitcoin trading desk, according to Bloomberg. Now, not for nothing, I think that most of these TradFi banks have been building the back-end infrastructure for custodying Bitcoin and other digital assets for a very long time now. And they've put a lot of money into that, which is why they wrote the letter that they did, to Gary Gensler, not Gary Gensler, to President Biden when before he ended up vetoing the repeal of SAB 121. They want to be able to custody these assets. They want to be able to deal with these crypto assets. And, that not only the custodying of these assets and being able, as we saw with the Lightning Network, to add these networks and cryptos into their existing TradFi infrastructure. But here we go with a trading desk where they'll be able to, I'm going to assume, focus on OTC clients to be able to get them the Bitcoin they need for these larger scale clients. Because most of you watching this live stream right now know that these people don't go, generally speaking, unless of course you're Germany and you go sell a shit ton of Bitcoin at an exchange and drop the price. But otherwise, these bigger clients who are looking to buy or sell Bitcoin in those kind of quantities, or crypto in those kind of quantities, go to OTC desks, over-the-counter desks, so it doesn't affect the spot price of whatever asset is otherwise being traded, sold, purchased, etc. I prefer automatic beats. I prefer a China buffet. Yes, Chinese food does sound so good right now, doesn't it? I don't know. It's not quite lunchtime yet, but I am hungry. I've been up since like 4 o'clock this morning. So, yeah, it's definitely lunchtime for me. Anyway, so again, MetaPlanet getting bonds together to go buy themselves some more Bitcoin, add and try and compete with, I don't know if they'll compete, but trying to be the Japanese MicroStrategy. You've got NuBank integrating Lightning Network for Bitcoin payments. And now you got Standard Charter outwardly telling everybody that, yep, we're building the back end infrastructure to go ahead and have a trading desk under our control. Now, all of this stuff is great and definitely very positive for cryptocurrency as a whole. But in some of the previous live streams I talked about, to bring it back to the United States here a little bit, we've met with major resistance in the way of Elizabeth Warren and her anti-crypto army, which for whatever reason is still something she's all on about. I don't get it. We've literally seen that being anti-crypto is bad for your political health right now in the United States. You've got an active voting bloc of somewhere between 50 and 80 million voters in the United States who make this an issue and are making this an issue in the 2024 elections. You just saw one of the congressmen that voted against the SAB 121 repeal, who voted against the FIT 21 bill, who voted against the anti-CBDC bill from New York, get lambasted in his primary. And that was after the Fair Shake Super PAC, which is a cryptocurrency super PAC, put out like a litany of political ads to basically try to sway voters away from his camp. Honestly, he lost by, I think, like 20 points or something, in 20 percentage points in his primary election. And not for nothing, that's a humongous spread. humongous spread. And I would like to believe that crypto had something to do with that. And even though Biden did a veto of the SAB 121, because again, he doesn't want to let things get too out of control. Well, I say him, he ain't running this country. We all know that. Hence, we haven't seen him for a week as he's prepping for the presidential debate tomorrow. They got to get his doppelganger ready, or him full of juice. Sorry, it is what it is. Anyway, he even now talking about accepting crypto donations. You got Trump, who made it a political, or more of a political issue, by not starting to take crypto payments, about making comments about protecting the right for self-custody, protecting minors, etc. Has he been orange pilled? Meh, I don't know. I'm still skeptical. I think he, again, remember, he comes from the TradFi space. He knows and made his money in that system. So is he completely on board with cryptocurrency? I'm not sold. But the fact that by him talking about it and him making these statements has made it an election issue for 2024 is huge. Not to mention RFK Jr. Now, I know he is banned from the debate tomorrow night, which I think is just not something I would ever have thought I would have seen in the United States. But again, that is literally a live stream for another time, or maybe we'll make that part of After Hours this Friday night. So make sure that you join in After Hours Crypto this Friday. That's exclusively on Patreon, behind a paywall on purpose. That way you can hear those kind of opinions, and I'm not getting booted off YouTube or whatever else. So if you want to hear them, you're going to be there. That's just the way it is. I need a quick drink. Sorry, guys. No, just ice water. I appreciate you thinking about it. All right. Anyway, so now let's bring this back to the United States. One of the other things I was talking about in a different live stream, which I didn't put the link to in the description below, so I apologize for that, was about being advocates for cryptocurrency on the local level. So your town, your city, whatever, your state level. And again, I'm referring primarily here now for United States residents. And then obviously the federal level, which we were just talking about with regard to presidential debates and election 2024 topics of cryptocurrency. But Dennis Porter, who heads up the Satoshi Action Fund, link to that is in the description of this live stream. They're focusing on getting positive digital asset legislation through the state level to allow the states to be in charge of what happens with regard to mining. And now he focuses primarily on Bitcoin. However, for these legislative processes, they list out digital assets in particular, because if you focus just on something like Bitcoin, you're pigeonholing yourself, and then you got to go back and try and rework all this legislation that you're putting together for other cryptos later. So they focus on the idea of digital assets, and here he's talking about the latest victory that they've had, and he says bill to defend Bitcoin rights, and he's putting that in kind of quotation marks here, and we'll see why in a minute, and ban CBDCs passes into law. Satoshi Action passed, and that's the group, the non-profit that he's running, passes the fourth law, say this 5 times fast, to defend Bitcoin rights in the USA. Louisiana is the one he's referring to here, the state of Louisiana, joins Oklahoma, Montana, and Arkansas in setting pro-Bitcoin policy a pro-Bitcoin policy blueprint for the nation. And again, he's focusing all this on Bitcoin, but the reason why in that top section he talks Bitcoin rights in quotation marks, because if you go and actually read the bill, like I was saying, they focus on digital assets right here to prohibit certain government regulations of digital assets. So not just Bitcoin, but also other cryptocurrencies. And the second part of this, to prohibit governing authorities from requiring use, payment, or testing of a central bank digital currency. Also, one other thing they put in here, to provide for a node operator and the use of home digital asset mining. So basically, they're putting up protective rights for cryptocurrencies. They're putting up prohibition to CBDCs, and also putting up a protection of rights for node operators and miners. That is huge. And again, this is all being done on a state level. In this case, again, it was the state of Louisiana. And every time I turn around, there are just more and more and more states coming on board with this kind of legislation. And a lot of it is due, at least in part, to the Satoshi Action Fund helping to educate state legislators and provide support for the residents in those states to help affect that kind of change within their states. So the fact that we're seeing more of this now within the state legislatures, that to me, positive sign, a move in the right direction with regard to the adoption of cryptocurrencies. We're just seeing more and more of it. And maybe I'll have to put together a live stream, and I'll reach out to Dennis, actually. Maybe I can get him on. Maybe we can ask him some questions on a live. We'll see. But that is huge news with regard to adoption of cryptocurrency. So we've kind of worked our way around the world back to the United States. We started off in Japan talking about MetaPlanet and then putting together bonds to buy more Bitcoin. We talked about NuBank in Brazil, part of the TradFi system, integrating Lightning Network for payments. We then went to Standard Chartered Bank, again, TradFi system, who is setting up a trading desk for cryptocurrency. And now more states jumping on board with pro-crypto, pro-mining, pro-self-custody legislation state by state here in the United States. So what's next? Now, this was just a bill, but on the federal level, let's take it to the federal level here in the United States. But the fact that the bill has actually made it or been put out there is a positive thing to me. Do I think it's going to pass? No. But the fact that it's even there is a move in the right direction. That we have congressmen and senators thinking this way is a move in the right direction. So right here, it's talking about Congressman Matt Gaetz pushes bill to allow federal income tax to be paid with Bitcoin. And it lists the bill here and so on and so forth. Again, links to all of this are in the description of this live stream. Go ahead and check all this information out for yourself. But you know what? The fact that you have, in this case, a sitting congressman who has been, honestly, a major advocate for positive stablecoin and blockchain and cryptocurrency legislation on the federal level is huge. Now, I don't personally believe that I would want to pay my federal income taxes with Bitcoin. I don't know. I'm using stuff like mentioned when we were checking the markets, Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash to make payments for other things like my VPN service. Why would I want to then take Bitcoin and give it to the government. Yeah, I don't know that I would do that. But having that option then creates a whole new list of things that are positive overall. One, that would be positive as a method of payment for your income taxes or whatever other taxes. It would also help to lay the groundwork for further cryptocurrency legislation, including, and I would think, again, this is my opinion kind of situation right here, but including, I would think, potentially eliminating capital gains tax on these kind of transactions here in the United States. So we've, in this live stream here, I've talked about everything from companies across the globe literally going out of their way to go and buy more Bitcoin and put it on their balance sheets. Banks in the US and outside of the US working to integrate cryptocurrency as best as they can, whether it's Lightning Network or a trading desk. States coming forward and putting out more positive cryptocurrency legislation. And again, right here, this bill now, again, like I said when I just started talking about it, I don't think this bill's passed. I don't think it'll garner enough support in this session of Congress. However, the fact that it's there, the fact that it's been proposed, the fact that we've got, again, congressmen, senators who realize the political upside to being positive and friendly to the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency space is humongous. Absolutely humongous. Or in my humble opinion. Wait, I just lost the, what's this say? I want to yes. I like your thinking there, 100 Air. It would be perfect for the government, would it not? Yes, exactly. All right, guys, that's basically what I've got for today. I know I'm a little bit shorter than my normal live streams. I apologize for that, but again, family obligations this week. So what does the rest of my week look like? Like I said, tomorrow, I am not thinking I'm going to be live. I mean, if you see it, great. If something really major happens, I'll make it happen. But I'm thinking tomorrow, my normal 10 a.m. probably isn't happening. Tomorrow night, myself, FF, and Crypto Jar are going to be interviewing Alec Berserov from Heatbit, and we are going to see that coming up on the Matrix Money podcast and all of our channels soon. I don't think next week, probably the week after that, but stay tuned. We'll give you more information about that as once the recording's done and editing and all that kind of stuff. And then for me, I hope you guys that are still here will be joining me this coming Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern time for Crypto on the Rocks. Every Friday, Crypto on the Rocks, 7 p.m. Eastern. Bring your favorite beverage. Again, for me, it'll be some alcoholic beverage. And we're going to sit here. We're going to talk crypto. And I'd like to say we stick just on crypto, but that never happens. But we've been fortunate, or I should say I've been fortunate, that we've had a lot of good people jumping on the on Crypto on the Rocks over the last few weeks. Trade Intuition has pretty much been there every week, and if you're looking to get just basically free trade information that he actually charges for in his groups, you've been getting them pretty much free on Crypto on the Rocks. I mean, it is what it is. We've had Crypto Bedell on there, and he's been talking mining. We've been watching him slowly transition into his new studio downstairs. That's been great. Hopefully he'll be back Friday. 100 Air has been on a few different times. I appreciate his perspective on things. I truly do. And there have been so many others. Chris Hanley's been on there, Paperclip. I mean, the list just keeps going on and on. And the great thing about it is, it isn't like it's completely like scheduled and programmed. It's whoever shows up, whatever topic comes up, that's where it goes. That's where the conversation goes. And, you know, if people ask questions, we obviously answer them. I mean, a few months back, had a couple of young ladies who were on the live chat asking questions, and everybody who was on the stream took to answering it from their own perspective, the questions from their own perspective. So not only did they get to hear from me and my thought process, but from everyone else who was on the stream, and I thought that was pretty helpful to them. And then the transition again to after hours crypto. Again, that's more as edgy, I guess, as I can make a crypto on the rocks sometimes. Yeah, after hours crypto, there's basically no holes barred. Again, yeah, the only way to see that is a paid membership on Patreon. But sorry, that way, if you're there, I don't want to hear no complaints. Basically, you're there because you want to be there at that point. That's the rest of my week. And I hope that I'll see most of you here. Again, thank you all for being here. Let's see, Automatic Beats, try and make sure I don't forget anybody. 100 Air, appreciate you. Chris, Mike, appreciate you guys being here. I think I got everybody. So I will talk to you all again soon. And like I said, if nothing else, you're going to see me Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern time, Crypto on the Rocks. Don't forget, you're also going to get to vote for what we're going to dollar cost average into this week. So make sure you're there. All right. Have a great rest of your week. Take care, everybody.